Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's New Comic Book Day. New comics are hitting the shelves all across the world, digitally, physically. It's the best day of the week because it's New Comic Book Day. DC has hooked us up with one of their releases. This is Doomsday Clock number 3. Actually, really highly anticipated issue. Characters from Watchmen universe are now in the DC universe. Rorschach is dealing with Batman, or Batman's dealing with Rorschach. Ozymandias is dealing with Luthor, and spoiler alert, we discover that the comedian is in the DC universe and has been for some time. Basically, this issue is all these confrontations. It's comedian versus Ozymandias. There's some interesting stuff there, as it kind of like definitely references the first fight. I mean, it blatantly references the first fight. The results there are interesting, and some of the stuff that kind of happens. The Batman-Rorschach interaction is kind of interesting. And then, of course, we've got two other characters that are kind of wandering around Gotham and figuring out there's New World and may or may not be going after the Joker. Yeah, so this is what I'd call like a bridge issue. It does a lot to help set up what's coming. Itself, it doesn't feel like it does tons to actually develop. I want to word this properly. It develops a lot of what's going on, but in itself, it doesn't feel like a lot's going on. Let's go with that. That's kind of the best way of putting it. So overall, like, the issue it's not really all that exciting. There's some really interesting stuff, and as part of the whole, I think it will be really interesting. But on itself, like, it's just you know, there's still mysteries being laid out. There's, of course, the Nathaniel Dusk or Nathan Dusk movies that are going on. Nathaniel Dusk movies, and, you know, that's kind of instead of the pirate story from the original Watchmen. So that's kind of fascinating. We get a look at Rorschach's face with it, and kind of more hints as to who he is. Hasn't jumped out at me as to exactly who he is in the whole story. But I'm kind of getting pieces on that. Yeah, so that's kind of where it's at. Like, the issue didn't blow me away. That's just a blunt. That's the way of putting it. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's okay. Like, it's just, yeah, it's a chapter. $4.99. It's a chapter. You know, the art as usual. It does generally stick to the 9-panel pages. Well, we're gonna show that. That's a spoiler, and well, that'd be a spoiler as well, so we're not going to show that. We'll kind of go with that. We'll go with a little different perspective of Watchmen. Open up the first page, though ironically that's not a 9-panel. I do think it's fascinating. 9 panels used less and less in this. There is more of 7 panels, which I think is kind of interesting, and I'm wondering if, as the series goes on, we're going to see different panels, like the panels themselves are counting down in a way. So it's one thing I'm kind of watching for, to see how it, like the art, if it gets interesting or not, like really interesting in that way. But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of, I'm rambling at this point. It's an okay issue. It moves the plot along, but in itself, like, I'm not jumping up for joy and being super excited. Yeah, there's nothing where I said, like, holy crap out of it. So, you know, if you're really invested in Doomsday Clock, go for it. If not, you're not really missing anything. So yeah, I want to thank DC Comics for hooking us up, though. They're not all winners. If you are really interested in getting this, it's in comic shops today. You should go support your comic shops. There's a link underneath. You can put it in your zip code, and the zip code will tell you if there's a shop nearby. Of course, go support your shops first and foremost. If you don't have a shop near you, we've got affiliate links beneath this video. The affiliate links, of course, are affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that. As always, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you're into Doomsday Clock, DC Comics, comics in general, Watchmen, Batman, Lex Luthor, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com, or on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy. Until next time, as always, thanks for watching. Keep reading your comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games. you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.